Hey guys, this was a crazy episode of Sword Art Online, episode 14, full of what the fuck moments. I'm glad this could be my first review. Let's get into it. They defeat the Skull Reaper monster, everything's going well. Then Kirito decides to attack Heathcliff. He thinks something's not right about him. He's a suspicious guy. Let's attack him. And it turns out Heathcliff is an immortal object, just like Yue was. And oh my god, seeing that happen was crazy. Turns out he's an immortal object, and you're like, how is this happening? How is this possible? And it turns out he's Kaiba Akiko, the person that created Sword Art Online. Yes, he's in the game, and it was mental finding that out. I was just like, what? What is going on here? What the fuck is happening? And it turns out he just wanted to play the game because it would have been boring to be spectating and seeing all this awesomeness happen. But of course, he's got a safety net because he's immortal. And then he decides to let Kirito have a one-on-one match with him to decide the fate of the game and see if the game will be over now because he's the final boss of the game. And that was mind-blowing to find out that he was meant to be the final boss, the creator of the game. It makes sense, but it was just crazy. And finding that out was mental. And you see, before they fight, you see Kirito like apologizing to Klein and everyone. And I was wondering, is he apologizing because he has doubt he's gonna win the match, or that he's confident he's gonna win the match? Because like he's just gonna be saying his last goodbyes and just apologizing for stuff because of the fate of how this game will end. And what happens is they're fighting. I was kept on my toes on this fight. It was intense because Kirito wasn't able to use his sword skills properly because Kaiba Kiko obviously had created the game, so he knows the skills. So Kirito has to think on the edge and think of another way to defeat Heathcliff. And it's mental because it's like, how are you meant to defeat someone that created the game and knows the skills? But Kirito's keeping him on his toes because obviously Kirito is like probably one of the most powerful of the game because he's even managed to keep Heathcliff on his toes in their first battle. And it's just mental because he's just blocking all the attacks, Heathcliff's just blocking, and at the last moment you think, oh shit, Kirito is screwed, Heathcliff's got him on the ropes, and Asuna jumps out of nowhere, and everyone's just like, what the fuck's going on? Because everyone's meant to be paralyzed, so it's like, how in the hell have you gotten up and managed to save Kirito? But maybe it was the power of love. The power of love made it cured Asuna's paralysis, and she jumped up and saved Kirito and died. And I was just like, no, this can't be happening. This is awful, but it makes it. I was just like, you bitch, Asuna, how could you die like that? How are you gonna, you selfish bitch? You'd rather die and let Kirito suffer at the hands of watching you die than it be the other way around. But then again, maybe Asuna knew that Kirito was the one to finish the game, so it's like, I gotta let you live so you finish this game, which makes sense. And then Kirito gets stabbed, and his sprites are like, and he's like dying, and his health bar goes boom, and it says you are dead. So Kirito dies, but his sprites come back together, and he's like a hologram thing, and it stabs Heathcliff. Now, if you guys know what happened, or you can like explain all that about, because I don't know, was that even that wasn't a 10-second revival, was it? I don't know what that was, but it was weird. And he stabbed Heathcliff, and Heathcliff dies, and then the game basically is ending now because he's dead. The game's been finished, and then they're in this other world, and they talk about some stuff with Kaiba Kiko. They're there talking, and it was just crazy because after that they disappear, and you see Kirito looking at his hands, and it turns out that he wakes up. He's not dead. Kirito's alive. So it just leaves questions that are like, wait a minute, Kirito died in the game technically. So is it's like, I'm just thinking, is everyone dead like that died actually, or are they still alive? But Kaiba Kiko said that they did die and that they are dead. So what's going on? Why is Kirito still alive? I know he did complete the game, maybe that's why that he got to live, because he completed the game. So his brain didn't die. But it's just messed up. and you see Kirito looking all homeless and stuff when he take off the nerve gear because his hair's just long because he's been in there for like years. It's crazy because when you see that, you realize how long he's been in the game for, because his body's all fragile and frail, and it's just crazy seeing that happen. And Kirito's just walking. We don't know where he's walking to find Asuna. It's because there's a chance she's probably in that hospital somewhere. Now, I wouldn't know. Some people probably already seen like the opening to the next episode. I haven't seen it yet, so I have no idea what's going on. Um, but this was just a really crazy episode to watch, and I enjoyed it. The only thing that I would have to say is, I think other people probably say it, is there was a lot of things happening at once. They just unfolded the game so quickly. Everything got explained at once. It was like you're just jamming stuff down our throat so quickly. It's like, wait a minute. Keith Cliff's Kaibe Kiko. Kaibe Kiko is the final boss. And it's just like, what? You're showing us this too quickly, and it's like, I can't handle all of this. It's crazy. But I enjoyed this a lot. It was mental. You guys, tell me how you feel about what happened in this episode. Thumbs up if you thought it was an amazing episode, because I did. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.